6.
With Casey Klinger and Brandon Garnica both from BYU. And boy, we've got a little over 7.5 laps to go, so there's still a lot of running to happen.
Out in front, then it's Powell.
And then where's Noor? He's still easing his way up through the field. He's not too far off.
Yeah, if I had to surmise a prediction for Noor, I don't know that he's necessarily going to work his way to the front of this group. If a Klinger makes a move off the front end, I don't know that he's trying to seek that out.
6 laps
if it
to
does
go.
bunch,
Casey
it's not entirely
Klinger
impossible to say that he would try to
out
catch
in
all
front.
of them. We'll see. Ultimately, there's a pretty cool battle playing out at the front, and we'll just see that. And if Noor becomes part
Klinger of
it,
BYU, Kiprop of Arkansas, then it's Mohammed.
Excited by that development.
Garnica, Powell, Kiprop of Alabama.
Like Kiprop challenging Klinger, or sitting on Klinger's heels.
Beatty,
it's just kind of a
Leach,
musical
Pollard,
chairs
and
of
Mayer.
athletes there in the lead pack, alternating jabs to seeing what the others have. Keeping things honest. Again, there hasn't been a whole lot of oscillation in the pace, but each athlete kind of stepping up and asserting themselves a little bit just to see a little bit.
It's Klinger, it's Kiprop, Mohammed. That's your top 3 going into 5 laps to go.
2K to
2,000
go.
meters left.
And the leaders still at 28:30 pace. Klinger and Kiprop and
Still
Mohammed
Klinger and
1, 2,
Kiprop
and
up
3.
front. Mohammed still looking a little bit restless. Garnica solidly in 4th. With Kiprop in 5th. Looks like Powell of Colorado School of the Mines is settled into 6th. And Noor's got clear skies in front of him. So if he wants to make a move, he can.
If he wants to get there, he can get there. You've also got a couple Oklahoma State athletes up there. I can remember back in the days, the Ryan Vail Oklahoma State days when they kind of felt like an upstart. They kind of felt like an NAU or
And your leaders
that
once
they were
again here on the front
upswing.
stretch.
Now, in reflecting back, they've been a
1,600 to
top
go.
NCAA distance
Casey
program
Klinger,
for the last
BYU, in his
15 to 20
10,000
years
meter
at this
debut.
point. So, not an uncommon sight to see a couple Oklahoma
Patrick
State
Kiprop
athletes
of
up in front of a
Arkansas,
10,000 meter race.
Mohammed, Matt Leach.
And I believe that's Alex Mayer of Oklahoma that's up there. He's also a product of the great state of Texas.
God's country.
Lead group of 10 now moving to the back
So it's
stretch.
still Klinger of BYU leading.
And
the
Abdi
charge from the
Nur
front.
moved his way up to
Kiprop
11th.
Joining him,
Hung
Mohammed
around the back
Germany.
of the pack
Garnica
for what
still
seemed
in the
like
mix.
the longest time, and he's got himself right
That's
where he
Matt
wants
Leach
to be.
also there.
The 3K and 5K
Abdi Nur, though, has
champion
joined the
indoors
leaders.
for Northern Arizona.
Things could get really interesting here over the final
He's right up there in that lead
couple
line.
of laps.
Yeah, he has run a really measured effort to get up there, and he is now firmly in that lead pack. There looks like an athlete from, perhaps that's Tulsa that he needs to get around to,
I think it's Aiden Troutner from BYU.
to connect himself to the group, but he'll get there.
Oh boy. Oh boy. 3
3
laps
to
to go.
Klinger and
Klinger
Kiprop,
still leading.
Mohammed, Garnica,
Garnica's still in the mix
Powell.
for BYU.
Beatty,
Noor's in the
Kiprop,
mix.
Leach, Pollard, Mayer, Abdi Nur.
Abdi Nur continues to choose to sit on the outside of that lane. He's giving himself access to be able to make moves if he wants to do that.
Every time an athlete, kind of gets swatted away like a fly, he's just slowly moving around them. He's never doing enough to move directly to the front or to
Casey Klinger.
really assert himself in the front. It's just as
Patrick
people drop,
Kiprop.
he covers that. As people drop,
Mohammed,
he covers that.
Brandon Garnica.
Exactly right. Very, very deliberate, very, again, just very measured in the moves that he's making so far.
That being said, there is a bit of a gap, and if one of these athletes
And we're
in
coming
the
up
front
to
that's a
800
strong
meters
enough
to
move,
go.
they
At one
may
point,
have
Abdi Nur was about
enough running room
25
to get away
seconds
from
back in the
him
lead.
because
And he's right in the
not
mix with 2 laps remaining.
right up there. We will see.
Klinger and
800
Mohammed
to go.
and
It's Klinger,
Kiprop.
Mohammed, and Kiprop.
Kiprop.
Followed by
Garnica and
Kiprop,
Beatty.
Garnica,
Powell and Mayer.
Powell.
Abdi Nur and Thomas Pollard.
There is a lot of humanity between Nur and the leaders. So if he is going to make a move, he's going to have to at least try to navigate a lot of bodies. But it's still Klinger who has been leading for the overwhelming majority of the race. Mohammed sitting where he wants to sit.
600 meters
right
to go.
Right on the heels of the leader.
Abdi Nur is for sure in this race now. Let's rule out any possibility he's not trying to win this thing. He's passing some folks. He is up to 6th now, right behind an Oklahoma State athlete that looks to be Alex Mayer. And we're going to have a really exciting final lap because you've got folks like
we're coming to
who's
the
been
bell.
thinking about the lead this entire time. And there's some jostling
Mohammed
going on.
and
Say,
Casey
Matt
Klinger.
Leach and Mayers, they are trying to make it difficult
Leach
for
on the outside. 1 to go. Mohammed, Klinger.
Did it almost looked like Leach
Mohammed and Klinger, Kiprop and Kiprop,
Yes.
Mayer and Nur.
Very confusing
But-
as to what happened there.
Up at the
Garnica,
front, we've got
Powell,
Mohammed of Germany
Pollard.
getting chased by Casey Klinger and Kiprop. Nur on the outside. Mayer, though, is trying to fight him off, but he doesn't have
200
enough.
to go. Mohammed and Klinger.
So it's going to be
Kiprop and
Mohammed,
Nur.
Klinger, Kiprop, Nur, Mayer from Oklahoma State.
Hopefully these past athletes will swing a little bit wide at this point. Mohammed
Wow.
pointing to the fans
Wow.
in the
Putting on a
stands.
show. So it's going to be Mohammed from Germany, Kiprop from Alabama, Klinger from BYU, Nur, Mayer, Garnica.
And to be honest with you, a lot of these collegiate athletes who just finished were stopping watches as they crossed the line. This was undoubtedly a hard effort, but I don't know that we saw every single athlete in that lead pack on the collegiate side, whether it's Nur or Mayer or even some of the Oklahoma State athletes. Were they 100% all out tonight? I don't think so, based on what we just saw at the finish there. They looked pretty controlled. They didn't look like they were pressing that last 100 meters. Would they certainly have liked to have won? I'm sure every competitor wants to win, but there was a little something in the tank that was saved.
Yeah, to your point, if you look at the splits there for the final 400 for our top 5, everybody flirting with that kind of 58 high, 59, 60. Quick to be sure, but in championship racing, maybe not the top end of what these athletes are capable of. So I think a tremendous race. I think a lot of these athletes got to feel good about going in sub 28:20 here in early April, but maybe not the top end of what they're capable of.
Yeah, they've undoubtedly got their regional qualifiers knocked out here, and here you're just sharpening the sword for later in the season.
So our top 5 here: Mohammed of Germany, Victor Kiprop from Alabama, Casey Klinger from BYU, Abdi Nur from NAU, Alex Mayer of Oklahoma State. Pretty solid performance. I think if I'm a BYU coach, I feel pretty good about how my athletes kind of composed and conducted themselves. They worked well together. They showed good discipline throughout. And so, yeah, I think that's a pretty good April sort of race.
Yeah, Klinger was pretty impressive in that. I know he's a name that's been around for a little bit, but he looked like he belonged at the top of the NCAA within that competition and looked pretty comfortable throughout.